The airmail service was originally operated by Army pilots who were familiar with the Jenny from their use in military time. Major Reuben Fleet, in charge of the first flight, was given 6 JN-4 Jennies and oversaw their conversion into airmail use. They were used first by Army pilots in August of 1918 and later by the Post Office Department, who continued to use the Jenny through 1921. On May 15th of 1918, Major Fleet officially established airmail service between New York and Washington, D.C. using his fleet of Army aircraft and pilots. In earlier years, when the Post Office began to use new transportation systems such as railroads and steamboats, bringing in the land here in just a couple of moments. And this was how the mail was often delivered to places like here, Culpeper. This particular travel air that you're seeing was actually used in airmail service and flew from Columbia City, Indiana to Fort Wayne. It was one of the few surviving genuine airmail planes still flying in the United States. And some interesting news is that you can even get a ride in it. How cool would that be? And while Andrew comes into land, he will deliver the mail. We will see our old-time Model T car demonstrating what it must have looked like way back then for something as simple as getting the mail. The pilots will deliver the mail and, of course, take mail from right here in Culpeper to towns and cities across America. There goes Andrew guys. Take up, take off. The next time you get another mail drop. And as Andrew sets up for takeoff, we'll talk a little bit about him, since he is an internationally respected engineer. Well, most people grow up reading about airplanes of the early 1900s and maybe seeing a few in some museums. Andrew grew up flying them. His dad flew them as well, and his brother still flies them at Rhinebeck today. Andrew has been in a variety of movies over the years, including the World War I. Back during the 1920s, there were no air traffic control towers. There was no one to really guide you in. These pilots, in these open cockpit biplanes, in the rain, in the sleet, and in the snow, would fly sometimes at treetop level to get the mail where they needed to go. Life expectancy after becoming an airmail pilot at the beginning wasn't very long, but as safety improved, their time did as well. As we watch Andrew King in this 1928 aircraft approach in from our right-hand side. And if things are good and the airspeed's right and the winds are good, we will see him drop the bag of mail out of the airplane. Take a look as he approaches from our right. There it goes. And the Postal Service delivers, get this, 212 billion pieces of mail each and every year to more than 144 million homes and businesses. Aircraft play a huge role in the majority of these deliveries. The Postal Service is the nation's largest employer with more than 700,000 career workers who handle more than 44% of the world's cards and letters. The commercial airlines carry a great deal of this mail for the Postal Service, so the next time you're boarding a plane, look out the window and see if you're playing a part in delivering air mail as well. And as that completes our air mail demonstration, I hope you will give a huge Culpeper round of applause to our pilot Andrew King and our volunteers for today's magnificent air mail display. Our travel air making its way back to the city. We're going to be continuing with our air show schedule. So much more